343 have just revealed the upcoming update for Halo Infinite, and in my opinion, it is the biggest update the game has seen yet. I know that Forge was an absolute massive thing for the game. Obviously, it's led to so many maps being added to matchmaking. But with this next update, 343 are directly addressing something that people have been complaining about since day one of Halo Infinite. Let's dive into the blog post that they just released and have a look at what's coming to Halo Infinite in a couple of days. Networking overhaul. That's right, you're not crazy, you heard me correct. The network overhaul is finally coming out to all of Halo Infinite. Currently, the new networking is only available in Firefight, which is great and all, but shooting AI with the new networking doesn't really give it the prime time example of what we're looking for. We also got the squad battle test that showed us that, hey, this new networking is a lot better. It's gonna really impact the game. So finally, the new networking is coming out to the entire game. So that's every playlist, BTB, ranked, everything that you play is gonna have the new networking. What does this actually mean? Your shots are gonna register better. You're not gonna get shot around corners. It's really going to just stabilize the entire game. What I'm truly hoping for with this, and something that I've been wanting to do for well over a year now, is play customs that rely heavily on physics. So for example, Jenga. If you notice that nobody talks about Jenga in Halo Infinite, this is a classic game mode from previous games that people adored. Have you ever played a single game of Jenga that actually worked well in Halo Infinite? Probably not. So I'm really hoping with this new update, with the new networking, Jenga, the physics will absolutely work perfectly, and I'll be able to play these classic modes that I desperately want to. And if they do, that means I'll do more custom games content here on the channel. So I'm very excited. Next up after the networking overhaul is something pretty much just as big. They are introducing easy anti-cheat to Halo Infinite. Hackers are unfortunately a problem in pretty much every game ever. I don't know why people do it. I don't know why they feel drawn to just cheat in online video games. But unfortunately, they do exist. So 343 are adding easy anti-cheat to Halo Infinite to help tackle and take down any potential hackers that do try to play Halo Infinite. I will say though, this is the same system that Halo Master Chief Collection uses, and there are still people that hack in that game. So easy anti-cheat is not a blanket. This is going to fix everything. There's no longer going to be any hackers in Halo Infinite anymore. But having an extra line of defense against these people is always a good thing. When it comes to anti-cheat, the more the better. So hopefully this does have a positive impact in stopping these people. This update is full of bangers because next up is probably, when it comes to gameplay, what I'm most excited for. Squad Battle has definitely become my favorite playlist. It used to be Big Team Battle, but Squad Battle just really captures that feeling of Halo that I love. And with that said, a Squad Battle refresh is coming to Halo Infinite. There are a bunch of new maps, so Perdition, Refuge, Timberland Evolved, Rendezvous, Gyre, Harvest, and Behemoth? So in there's a bunch of old maps that have been remade in Forge for Halo Infinite. I've seen quite a few of them as well, and they all look beautiful. But Behemoth, that one kind of threw me off. Behemoth in Squad Battle is either going to be really fun or absolute chaos. So whenever we play some Squad Battle, I guess we'll see. But having maps like Perdition, Refuge, Harvest, like these are all absolutely beautiful maps. If you haven't checked them out in Forge, they are unreal. And I think they're going to fit perfectly into the Squad Battle playlist. So I'm super happy we're getting a massive injection of new maps into my personal favorite mode. Halo Infinite is really just coming along. Like seriously, this game has non-stop maps coming, and it's awesome to see. And the fact that Forge is so good, I really don't even mind that they're not developer made. After that, they talk a little bit about weapon tuning updates. So there are some weapons that are going to be adjusted with this update. The M392 Bandit and Bandit Evo are having their reload speed increased by 10%. This isn't going to be an absolutely massive speed increase, but it'll probably be slightly noticeable. The Heat Wave is having decreased aim assist fall off range, decreased aim assist range, and decreased aim assist angle. So basically the Heat Wave is not going to hold your hand just as much. The aim assist on it in pretty much every aspect is being reduced by a little bit. In my opinion, this is good. The Heat Wave is a great, very effective weapon, but it was becoming a little bit too easy to hit your shots. So having this become a more skillful weapon, I think is a good thing. Next up, we have the Plasma Pistol. It has a faster charge up time, slightly decreased rate of fire for single shots, and faster overheat. So basically you can charge it up faster, but if you start spamming the single shots, it'll be a little bit slower. I would love for them to add the EMP effect back to the Plasma Pistol, but I just don't think that fits for what 343 want for Halo Infinite Sandbox, unfortunately. But damn, it would be pretty cool. Next up, we got the Stalker Rifle. It decreased the number of shots to overheat and slower venting per second. 343 say we noticed an increase in community feedback expressing that the Stalker Rifle was overperforming. When watching players use it online, we could see they were able to use the weapon to chain together multiple kills without much room for counterplay. This seems like a fair change in my opinion. I'm okay with this. Oh, next up we got the VK78 Commando. My baby, I've had such a weird relationship with the Commando. At first I didn't like it, then I fell in love with it. Now I'm back to kind of being somewhere in the middle where I don't hate it, I don't love it, but I'll still pick it up, I guess. So 343 are increasing the close range friction and less aggressive bloom. This means whenever you're shooting your weapon, it's not going to kind of go random and spray everywhere around your target. It's actually going to feel a little bit easier to be more accurate with the Commando now. 343 says this is trying to get away from that slippery feeling that players have been complaining about with the Commando. And I can attest to that. The Commando definitely feels a little bit slippy at times. The goal of the Commando is to have more consistent damage output so players can hold their ground against the Battle Rifle and Bandit Evo. Oh, this is a big one. Next up, we have the Gravity Hammer. So the Gravity Hammer somehow had its power doubled, so they reverted that and they increased it by 1.5. So basically the Gravity Hammer is getting a slight nerf, which I'm totally cool with. I thought the original Gravity Hammer was not powerful enough, but the new Gravity Hammer was absolutely ruining the game. Anytime I played on a map that had a Gravity Hammer, it was by far the most annoying weapon on the map. And if you play Husky Raid, then you already know that the Gravity Hammer absolutely ruins games of that as well. So removing the power of the Gravity Hammer, but not totally nerfing it into the ground, I think is the best middle ground. Moving on from weapon tuning, they announced that Firefight Custom is coming to Halo Infinite. They explain this as this is a blank firefight mode that keeps the high-level structure of Firefight King of the Hill intact, but removes all logic related to hills. In other words, this is Firefight King of the Hill without the King of the Hill. I think Firefight in Halo Infinite has a lot of potential, but currently it just being limited to King of the Hill kind of nerfs my excitement for it. So if we get more fun firefight modes added to Halo Infinite, that's going to be awesome. I want to see more varied experiences within Firefight. The AI of Halo Infinite are far too good to have them limited to one mode. They also talk about some quality of life improvements coming to Forge. There's improvements to copy protection from maps and modes, basically just making creators' maps and experiences that they make more secure. And they also touch on stability, that there's a lot of stability improvements coming to Halo Infinite along with this update. And one last thing that they mentioned about ranked, they're going to be experimenting with a system called deterministic CSR. Currently, when you gain or lose CSR, it's based on a lot of different factors, whether you win or lose the game, your performance in the game. With the deterministic CSR, it's going to be based solely on if you win or lose the game. Starting on March 19th, if you win a game, you get 7 CSR, and if you lose a game, you lose 7 CSR. Again, this is just an experiment. This is not the final answer to Halo Infinite's ranked system. They do touch on that they know there are risks and possible CSR inflation, so they're just going to monitor it and see how it's going to go. But that's basically everything coming to Halo Infinite with the next update on March 19th. And in my opinion, it is the biggest Halo Infinite update yet, because the network overhaul is an absolute game changer. Hopefully no more unstable packet loss or any weird little stuttering when you're playing in the game. I just want a buttery smooth Halo Infinite experience, and hopefully this is our answer. So if you're excited for it, make sure you drop a like down below. I appreciate you all watching. Hopefully you enjoyed my news update breakdown video. But I shall see you all on March 19th for the new update. I'm so excited, and I'll definitely make a video talking about how the update has actually performed. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys later. Bye!